Okay, so simple question here. What is Dido and Aeneas about, and why should it be told in opera? Well, opera, of course, means that there's music and there's singing. And the mode of singing is different from speaking. It's a musical form of expressing the emotions, the inner feelings. And Dido and Aeneas, if we start from the beginning of the opera, after the prologue, it begins with Dido expressing through singing her emotions of depression, and it goes through the changes of that one woman through as things happen.
The piece was originally created by Purcell for Josiah's Priest's School for Girls, so we know it is appropriate for young performers. They can handle it. There are also a number of different roles, some bigger than some small. Of course, the bigger roles like Dido and Second Woman and Belinda, which are taken by more experienced singers. Young singers, of course, but more experienced. But there are also the smaller roles, like the two witches, the spirit, and so on, that can be handled by aspiring young singers and could be a stepping stone for them to go to bigger roles in the future. And also there are choruses. So all of these comes together, and with that we have the possibility to give more opportunity to more young people.
Okay, talking about the vision that I had. When I put all those intuitive reactions to listening to the opera and knowing it into this context, my vision was to surprise ourselves by how diverse we could be, how different ways of performing we could be. So my vision has always been how this group of people change. Obviously, the main story is Dido and Aeneas, and in my mind, that is the purest thing. That's just the myth. So my vision was to use the chorus in a way that is transformative and changing, and in that way, I feel that the whole piece is seeing a group of people all together who change from being completely different people, but never having to be stated that they're different. So it's just in how they sing, and how they act, and how they move that does that.
She really is so modern, and she really is so relatable to me, at the very least, because she has these problems where that we have all the time. It's, oh my god, the young person, oh my goodness, what if he likes me? Oh my goodness, what if he doesn't like me? What if I'm making it up? And she has these two friends with her, and I feel like at the end of the day, Dido and Aeneas, although it says Dido and Aeneas, it's really more about Dido and her two friends. And so while Aeneas is kind of a big part of that, I really also want to focus on the friendship between Dido and Belinda and the second woman, who we've carved out more of a backstory for this time that I think you'll find quite interesting.
Great. I like this question that you're asking me about working with young singers, because the Bangkok Youth Opera, this is its second production, and we've done a few concerts and things like that. So people are learning the power of opera, which is different from just singing on your own, singing in a choir, maybe doing a drama production at school, because it's a much bigger production. It's a much bigger undertaking. So the energy of the young people and the experimentation is what I find really, really a great power that's giving this production its own energy.
What role do I play? I'm in the chorus, and I'm also a service there's a prelude where we tell the story before Dido and Aeneas. And also the chorus in this opera is really interesting because we turn into many things. We have many roles to fill. For example, we're townspeople, we're witches, and 1 second we're trees. So it's a really interesting and unique take, I think, on the chorus. And it's a lot of fun.
The biggest challenge in this is, of course, working with young voices, young soloists and young chorus members, some of them as young as 14, to get them to be able to sing this music. That is not what they're used to, which takes time. Yeah? But that's fine, it is a great pleasure, because this is part of our mission to show them that this is for everyone, opera is for everyone, and to perhaps inspire them to take part or just watch it for pleasure.
I think some of the biggest challenges that I face working with young singers is that, one, there are students who are enrolled in formal education, they're not going into music, so most of them do not have the basics that a musician would have, and even if some of them do, it's entry level at best. So the challenge is that how to convey what they're supposed to sound like, the techniques that they're supposed to learn, how to convey it to them without sounding like an actual jerk about it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Honestly, I don't have a lot of complaints because I am also an amateur, but one problem that I found kind of funny was that we had to keep reminding them that we were doing an English opera, not an American English opera.
Oh yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Because this is a British opera, right? There's gonna be some words that are pronounced a specific way.
Yeah. And we kept singing harms our delight.
Yeah, when it's supposed to be harms our delight.
Exactly. So that's quite a challenge because the only British person here is Darren.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that.
We work to create opportunity not only for singers, but for the general public to be able to experience opera, because we think it's not only for the rich, for the highly educated, it's a story about people. And I think a lot of people would come to love it if they had the chance to see it, to hear it.
So I have done a couple things for Bangkok Youth Opera. I started working with Bangkok Youth Opera in the year 2023. I started working with Bangkok Youth Opera in 2023. I was the production manager for our very first opera, La Cambiale di Matrimonio, which was a Rossini opera, and actually this was the first Rossini opera ever done in Thailand fully, the first Rossini opera ever. So that was a little bit historic, and that was kind of cool. And we've done some we did one concert. And I am obviously singing Dido in this opera, which is cool because this is my operatic debut, and to get to do it as a lead is very nerve-wracking, but it's also a challenge. And it's Baroque music, which is not something that is really in my wheelhouse, but Darren and couldn't God say it, have made it really have made the process really easy, have made it really enjoyable even, and I enjoy working with them, and I enjoy working with the chorus. And next year in 2025 we are going to be doing Mozart's The Marriage of Figaro, which I will be producing.